Hey guys, coming at you here with a quick round of King's conflict between the Mage King and the King of the Hunt. Now both these kings are glass cannons in their own respect, but their card sets are pretty diverse. The Mage King you're going to see plays kind of like a tsunami. He's got rain, he's got fog, and he's got lightning. But the King of the Hunt is going to play like a sniper. He's interested in putting shots on target and taking out units before they have a chance to generate cards. Those are like 1 health units, for example. So it's going to start with the blue player's turn, and he was lucky enough to draw an Arch Mage on his first hand. That's going to be useful because the Arch Mage lowers the cost of all other magic servants in his deck by 5 gold. So that's going to allow him to get some summons off a little bit easier later in the game. He's going to summon the priest in his adjacent forest because it's important for him to be generating gold. It is one of the more expensive kings, and he's going to burn the lightning wielder. The reason he does that is not because he wouldn't be able to play it next turn, because he would, but it's actually because the red player, the King of the Hunt, has already pressured him just by the king that he chose. He has a lot of units that can take out 1 health card generators, and he does not want that happening to a 50 gold card. So you see there the Red King has summoned the Wild Boar. It's a very inexpensive unit that moves around the board pretty fast, but does not contribute to territory control. He also summoned a structure in the forest that's going to hold that for the remainder of the game. And of course the Sniper, which is what we were talking about earlier, he can generate snipe cards which do 1 damage to units anywhere on the board. And that's going to allow him to harass units throughout the game, and of course prevent anyone from summoning card generators against them. Almost all card generators have 1 health. You see there he was buffing up his priest with the Talisman of Might. The Blue King's priest now will increase by attack by 1 at the end of every turn, and when you get that off early like he did, you can actually turn a priest into a king killer. He can heal himself as well, so that's a significant advantage. Obviously the snipe card's not going to be used on the priest, which he could heal himself, so the red player chose to play that snipe wisely, attacking the Arch Mage. Now it cost him 10 gold. Snipes are a considerable cost, just like blessings are, but it makes sense to force the opponent king to spend money on blessings, healing him back up. So the blue player drew a gold mine. That gives him the choice between using the gold mine to generate gold or the Tower of Frost in the opponent's red forest to prevent him from generating gold. But because he is so costly and the other king has plenty of ways of getting units out and generating gold besides territory control, he's going to generate his own gold. There is the blue player is checking his own gold because it is very important to make sure he has enough to play around with. You don't want to be a sitting duck with nothing to spend on any given turn. The opponent will walk right over you knowing you have no surprises up your sleeve. There you see the Red King has 21 gold, but he's going to spend 10 of it, of course, as he will every turn on his snipe card, just doing 1 damage, kind of grinding away at that Arch Mage before passing the turn back. After moving his unit up there. It says Bambi is coming for you. The blue player is going to take care of what he called Bambi and heal his servant there. He has 2 attacks, so he will be able to take him out. He calls the pig Wilbur, that's the wild boars. So he's going to win in that combat, but that'll leave him with 1 health, and you'll see the consequence of that later. So the blue player here is choosing to summon his priest before moving the Arch Mage so that he's not so close to the front lines. Of course, priests are vulnerable before they've buffed themselves with blessings, so that was probably a smart move on the blue player's part. He's going to go ahead and pass the turn. Significant combat happened on the left there, preventing the wild boars from coming down and harassing the king or summoning forward units. But as you're going to see here, the red player will eliminate what is about 50 gold's worth of investment in that priest by sniping him dead before he has the chance to heal up. So that's pretty significant. The red player also moved his king up, and he wants to retreat his snipers as well so that the Arch Mage cannot move forward and kill him the next turn. So blue player, you see, just drew an air elemental, and those have to be summoned by frost mages specifically. So he'd have to use his Tower of Frost in order to summon that, but he doesn't have enough gold to play every card in his hand, so he's going to have to make a choice there. He chooses to move his cards around for a little more territory control and a little more gold production. He is, again, very expensive, probably the second most expensive king in the game to play the Mage King. And he's going to choose to bless his own servant in the rear because that one will be able to generate blessings for the rest of the game. Of course, he doesn't know at this point how long the game is going to last. Just because he has the enemy sort of against the wall doesn't mean he hasn't won. And the red player has a little sense of humor there. He says, hard to find good help these days, bet he didn't even watch American Sniper. See there, he burned the Ice Terror, and that gives him a substantial lump of gold there. And he's going to, while the blue player is making a taunting move, he's making a game-changing move, which was to move his king forward very aggressively and gamble on the idea that the Tower of Frost will not freeze him before he's able to attack it. So that was a gamble, but it's going to pay off for him, as you see here on the next turn. He summons a Hunters to the rear, and that's going to generate some gold. We talked about how we can generate gold without territory control. That's just one of those ways. So it's back to the blue turn here, and he was lucky. He summoned what he needed, which was a Weather Master. First, he's going to play a blessing to heal his own unit there, although that won't end up being necessary. When he moves him forward here and he summons the Weather Master in front of the enemy king, magic is faster than ranged by just one step, and that's going to make it good game. He'll get 3 damage on king before they are able to strike back. 99 problems, but a sniper ain't one. Not anymore. And that is the win. Thanks for watching, guys. King's Conflict is a free online game you can download at kingsconflict.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Tumblr, or check the game out on IndieDB or GameJolt. If you'd like to support King's Conflict, you can share it with your friends, contribute online in the forums, or even design and submit maps. Download King's Conflict at kingsconflict.com and play today, guys. Thanks.